Hello, my ninja warriors. Welcome to yet another power packed session wherein today is the very first class of your Sigma 2.0 batch. A lot of students have already enrolled in this particular batch, which is Sigma 1.0, and now we are having fresh seats, new seats for our upcoming course, that is Sigma 2.0. Okay, and the first class we have decided, we, Shreya sir, Diksha ma'am and I have decided that we are going to give you the very first class of the Sigma batch 2.0 absolutely free. If I am audible and visible, do let me know in the chat box, and the moment you enter this chat box, the moment you enter the session, make sure that you are liking the session. Okay, I don't have to tell you, correct? Okay, everybody, yes. Now we are going to start the very first session of Sigma batch. Let me not miss, this is a 2.0 version of Sigma batch. Okay, all right, from next class we have to pay for it. So first class is free, Sigma batch is a paid batch. I am going to tell you all the details once we are done with this particular session. You can check out the link also in the description box of Sigma batch. This session is just to tell you that what are we going to do in Sigma batch, the trial, you can call it as a demo session. Okay, if you like my teaching, if you like our teaching, because yesterday Shreya sir and Diksha ma'am have already taken their sessions also. So 3 sessions we are giving free, physics, chemistry, maths, so that you get the glimpse of that what is going to be happen in your Sigma batch 2.0 paid version of it. Okay, very low audio you are saying, huh? Very low audio. I don't think so. The audio is low. So that you get the glimpse of. Is audio low? What is happening with the audio? Let me check, huh? Let me check. And the first class we have. Oh, please, audio is absolutely fine. Or audio is absolutely fine, huh? I just checked, I just confirmed that volume is absolutely fine. Yes, Kalishwaran, I think you need to check your device, because see, if volume is come, then every device should show volume less. Na? My device, can you see, it is showing full volume. Shreya sir, Diksha ma'am and I have decided that we are going can to you see? Yes. Okay, audio is good. Yes, people are saying audio is good. Okay, all right. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to start with the very first chapter of mathematics. And you know what? You know the title. Basics of functions is what we are going to cover in this particular chapter. You must be aware that in JEE, especially JEE mathematics, it is very important. The first 3 lectures of any chapter are going to be very much important. And if I talk about functions, trust me, functions is the basic building block, foundation of your calculus. And you know what? Calculus is one of the fattest unit of mathematics, of JEE mathematics. So functions is something that if you get it right, your 50% of the mathematics will come into the place will fall into the place. But if done wrong, functions, if done wrong, that is going to cost you more than 50% of your JEE mathematics syllabus. So you have to show utmost sincerity to this particular chapter. Okay, all right, getting it? Now let us just start it right away. Okay, because I am going to show you something. Okay, so we are going to talk about function specifically as a machine. You must all have various devices in your kitchen. One such example I am going to take, that is the example of juicer behind me. Can you see the example of juicer behind me? Yes. So this juicer right away is a machine, right? And I will call it as a function. Now function will have its input and function will have its output. Just like your juicer also, you have to insert, you have to put something inside the juicer so that you get the output. Okay, now understand, if I am putting oranges inside my juicer. Okay, so what I'm going to get? Ma'am, we are going to get orange juice. Any other fruit? Can you just comment your favorite fruit in the chat box? Everybody, comment your favorite fruit in your chat box, okay? So just listen to the lecture. It is not going to take more than half an hour. The demo session is very short and crisp and sweet. After that, I'll be taking your doubts, okay? All right, everyone? Okay, so any favorite fruit of yours? Okay, let me just talk about mango, season of mangoes, because to beat the heat we need mango juice. So if you put mangoes inside your juicer, then you are going to get mango juice. Yes, everybody? Okay, I can see strawberry, lychee, pineapple. Yes, Kalishwaran, if you put lychee, then you are going to get lychee juice. If you put strawberry, you get strawberry juice. If you put pineapple, you get pineapple juice. But wait. Yes, if you put watermelon, you are going to get watermelon. What does this means? Now understand, pay attention, notice. Note that first of all, this function requires an input to give an output. Okay, ma'am, got it. And if you change, the moment you change your input, your output will also get changed. Okay, so output is dependent on input, and whereas input is independent, input so we are thinking independently, output is something which is dependent. If I am putting mango, am I getting orange juice? No. If I am putting mango, I am getting mango juice. So output is totally dependent upon what input you are giving. Okay, all right. Now one more thing, okay? One more thing. If you put spinaches, I know that you guys don't like spinaches, but if you drink spinach juice, you are going to get loads of vitamins and good health, okay? So if you put spinach, you are going to get spinach juice, but hey, all right, can you see, if you put stones inside the juicer will break, the machine will break, the function will break. What does that mean? That simply means if you are having a function and you want some defined output, some real output, okay, then you want some defined output, you want some good output, no? Then you will have to check what input you are giving. So for a juicer, there is some permissible input. So for different kind of functions, there will be different kind of permissible input. Any input you can't give. For any function, for any machine, can you give any random input? No. You have to be very careful that what input you are giving to that machine, to that function, so that it operates nicely and it gives you valid output. Are you getting this point? Are you understanding this point of mine? So basically, right now, if I just see over here, this is nothing but function, okay? Oops, what has happened to this animation? Can you see? Now input, this is your function. Your juicer has been replaced by function. Then inside function you give input and you will get the output. Input is also known as independent variable, whereas output is known as dependent variable. Obviously, output is definitely dependent on input. Okay, all right, yes. So this is how your function is built. So can you see, if I talk about functions, so function is the pictorial diagram of function looks like this, where you have to insert input and it will process something. Eventually, it will give you the output. Are you getting it? Yes? Okay, all right. Okay, perfect. Now let us talk about the mathematical definition of function. In layman terms, so I think you have understood it. Okay. Now let's talk about, yes, I am going to, Shri Pranav, I am going to talk about permissible also, okay? But you guys are not liking my session. What happened, huh? Do like my session, huh? Okay, all right, yes. Now let's talk about functions as in, if I talk, see, functions has so many definitions and we are going to talk about each and every definition. So right now which I showed you, it is a definition based upon input and output. Now this definition which you are seeing on the screen is purely based on set theory. Okay, so I think you know a little bit about set theory, everybody. Yes? Okay, so let's talk about something related to this. A function is nothing but a relation defined from set A to set B such that each and every element of set A is uniquely related to an element of set B. Okay, let me just tell you that function is nothing but a mapping diagram between two sets. This is your set A and this is your set B. Set A will have certain elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set B will also have certain elements as you can see over here. Okay, but the mapping, the connection between elements of set A and set B should have some specific rules. If you want this mapping diagram to become a function, you cannot random crisscross connect it. No, there should be specific rules. What are those rules? Let's understand. So first of all, function is a relation defined from set A to set B such that, now the rule number 1, each and every element of set A. What does that mean? So two rules are there. Let me just write it down. What are the two rules? Number 1 rule is each and every element of set A should be connected or should be occupied. Okay, so set A should not have any element disconnected. Set A, every element of set A should be occupied. Can I write it this way? Yes. Every element of set A should be connected, should have their image. Okay, should be occupied. Should be occupied. Okay, what is the second rule? Is uniquely related to, okay, the second rule is that one input cannot have two output. This is not allowed. Not allowed. One input, the next half of this is uniquely related to element of set B. Unique. The image should be unique. It should not happen that one input is having two output. If it is happening, that means that is not a function, very clearly. Now these two rules are very much important and we are going to talk about, I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? So now if I just try to draw the function, this is connected, this is also connected, this is also connected, and this is also connected, this is connected. Now let me tell you, is this a function? Let's test. Let's test whether this is a function or not. Okay, all right, let's do it, ma'am, if you say so. First of all, rule number 1, every element of set A should be occupied. Tell me one thing, rule number 1 is getting satisfied or not? So ma'am, actually every element of set A is actually occupied. So I think, ma'am, rule number 1 in this case is getting satisfied. Now let's talk about rule number 2. That this thing is not allowed, one input, two output. So I can see one input, one output, one input, one output, one input, one output. By the way, there is two input, one output. Oh, this is allowed. This is allowed. Okay, this is allowed. Can you see one input, two output is not allowed? Or you can say that on layman terms, you will understand this better. See, two people, can you see two people here? Two people can aim at single target. This is definitely allowed. Two different people will aim at single target. That is absolutely correct. But if I talk about one people aiming at two different targets, and trust me bro, this is something which is not possible. So firing a gun, two people firing a gun towards same person or same target is fairly enough, correct? But this one person cannot target two things at one time with one gun, not possible. Okay, so this is not allowed. So I think this is definitely a function. Now let's talk about what is function and what is not a function. So can you see, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4, this is number 5. You have got 5 questions and I will give you 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay. Pujita, we are not getting into onto into functions. No, we are just talking about function. Whether it is a function, whether it is not a function. Okay, nothing else. So just let me know in the chat box. Quickly, let me know in the chat box, everybody, that whether this first thing is a function or not. Okay, all right. Yes. Tell me quickly. So, okay, let us check one by one. Let me check first option for you. So, set A, I think A, B, C, ma'am, all are occupied. So, first rule of function is getting satisfied. Okay. Now, the second rule says that one input should not have 2 different outputs. So, I think A is having single output, B is having single output, and C is having single output. So, this is yes, definitely a function. First is a function, everybody. Yes. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Oh, red flag, red flag, red flag. Can you see? 1 input and 2 outputs. Oh my God. This is not allowed. This is not a function. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the third thing. Okay. So here A is occupied. Rule number 1. One by one. Rule number 1, A is having, A is occupied, B is occupied, C is occupied. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, 1 input, 2 output. Is it there? Just try to find it. 1 input, 2 output. No, 1 input, 1 output. 1 input, 1 output. 1 input, 1. Oh, third is definitely a function. Now, again, can you see? Same thing is happening over here. 1 input, 2 output. Not a function. No. Big no, big no, big no. Yes. And what about this? Ooh. C is not occupied. You know what? The very first rule is what? Very first rule. Every element of set A should be occupied. So, what is C doing over here? So, not at all. This is not a function. So now if at all any mapping diagram is given to you, then what will you do? Tell me. If any mapping diagram is given to you, you can actually tell whether it is a function or not. Okay. Now let me just take you to that definition. Remember, let me take you to this definition. Function as a machine, you have input and output. Now I will tell you that what is domain, range and codomain. 3 very important terms which every JEE aspirant should remember. What are these 3? What are those 3 terms? Can anybody tell? Domain, range and codomain. Okay. So first, domain. Domain is nothing but set of all the input for which output is defined. Set of input for which output is defined. Okay, everybody, set of input for which the output is defined. So, in the case of juicer, what is domain? Tell me. Ma'am, domain is mango, strawberry, lychee, pineapple, spinach, orange, watermelon, right? Tell me one thing. Will stones be the part of domain? Will stones be inside the set of domain? Will you call the stones as domain? No, because see, I told you now, set of input for which output is defined. Can you see, when we put stones inside the juicer, the output was not defined. So this is input, but is it a valid input? Not a valid input. So not a valid input will not stay inside the domain. Okay. Now next thing is range. See, range is actually After domain, I can tell you what is range. Before domain, I won't be able to tell you. So to study range, I need the reference of domain. Without domain knowledge, you can't study range. Now what is range? Range is nothing but the set of output you are getting, okay, after putting all the input which is available in the domain. Are you getting my point? So suppose all the permissible input in case of juicer was what? Lychee, watermelon, spinach, orange, mango, strawberry, etc. Okay, this is your domain. Now, if you put everything which is there in the domain, you are going to get output for sure. If you are putting something valid input now, then definitely you will get valid output. You are not putting anything wrong. So definitely you will get something. So set of all those values, output values, you are getting after giving the domain as an input is your range. Okay, everybody? Yes, clear, clear, clear. Okay, so this is domain and this is your range. But in case of mapping diagram, let me tell you, this is your mapping diagram. So this is ABC. First of all, is this even a function? So yes, ma'am, this is a function because two rules are getting satisfied. A, B, C all are connected and there is no such situation where two input is giving you one output. So that is not happening. So this is definitely a function. Now domain. What is domain in case of this mapping diagram? It is values of set A for which function is defined. So in this case, in this mapping diagram, can I write domain is nothing but domain set is nothing but A, comma B, comma C. Getting it, everybody? This is your domain. Yes? Okay, all right. Now if I talk about range, what is range? After putting set of valid inputs, you are getting something as the output. 2 is the output, 4 is the output and 1 is the output. 3 is not even connected. So 3 is not in range. So 1, 2 and 4. So range is nothing but 1, 2, 4. Correct? All the value that f takes. Okay, 3 so I am not getting as an output now. But what is codomain? Now codomain is complete set B. Set of all elements in set B is your codomain. So codomain is nothing but set B. So now codomain will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now obviously point to be noted, range will always be either equal to codomain. It may happen that all the elements are taken, but if at all something is left out, then obviously range will be subset and codomain will be full superset. So always codomain will be bigger set and range will be smaller set, or they both can be equal. Correct or not? Yes. Thank you, Sri Pranav. Thank you for the fire emojis. Okay. All right. Now one more very interesting thing I am going to tell you. I don't know whether you will find it in basic sessions or not, but this is something Ninja ma'am will definitely tell you. That is vertical line test. Vertical line test. Okay. Vertical line test. What is vertical line test? Vertical line test is nothing but whenever, now see, functions can be given in various format. Function can be given in like fx is equals to x square, something like that, or a mapping diagram is given to you. That is also one way of giving you function, correct? Another can be, they can just give you graph of the function. And by looking at the graph, you need to determine whether this is even a function or this is just a random graph. See, every graph does not correspond to function. You have to understand it, okay? Now, vertical line test, or you can call it as VLT. Everybody, VLT. How does VLT work? So now we have a graph y is equals to x square. Y is equals to x square graph, if you see, it will look like this. Okay, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and the graph of x square is upward facing parabola. I think you all know it already. Correct? Now, vertical line test. Okay, vertical line test. So, you need to draw a vertical line. So many imaginary vertical lines. Don't draw it literally, but just think about I am drawing vertical lines. And if your vertical lines is intersecting, draw one such vertical line. And if your vertical line test, intersect your graph at one point, then what does that mean? It is a function. Are you getting my point, everybody? Yes? Okay. Now, if I talk about this graph which is already given to you, this is a circle, and if I draw a vertical line test, so this is your VLT. Clearly that this line intersect the graph at 2 points. Yes or no? 2 points. So more than 1 point. Rather than 2 points, I need to write greater than 1 point. If the point of intersection is greater than 1, then this will be not a function. How many of you got it? So suppose if I will give you a graph, will you be able to tell me whether it is a function or not? Everybody? Yes? Okay. All right. Let me give you something. Okay. This is vertical line test, and you need to create two graphs. I will tell you graphs also, but I want you to try at least. Every ellipse is not a function. Yes, ellipse is not even a function. Let me help you in this. See, y is equals to x square and x is equals to y square. So y is equals to x square is upward facing parabola, y square is equals to x is rightward facing parabola. So this is your parabola. Just tell me the first is a function or not. Second, y is equals to x cube. So let me just plot the graph of x cube for you people, although 12th class people should okay. So over here y is equals to x cube, right? Now vertical line test, everybody, vertical line test, VLT. So can you see more than 1 point? So not a function. And what about this? This is a function. Okay? Everybody? Yes, getting it? One more thing, I don't know how many of you have noticed this. Y square is equals to x, or you can write x is equals to, y square is equals to x. Here x will be input, y will be output. Yes, x is always an input, y is always an output. Now tell me one thing. Suppose if I put x is equals to 1, just put x is equals to 1. So what will happen? Y square will be equals to 1, output will be what? Plus minus 1. So 1 will have 1 and minus 1. Can you see? This is the mapping diagram which is not following the rules of function. Can you see? 1 input, 2 output is not allowed in a function. So this way also you can check. Can you see? This way it is also not a function. And vertical line. Now what is the meaning of vertical line? So ask me, nobody has asked me that ma'am why vertical line is working, why is it happening? See, I'll tell you what is happening. Suppose you are putting one input and you are getting single output. That means that this is following the rules of function. One input, and for that x is equals to suppose 3. At x equals to 3 you are getting what? This and this both. 2 output, or you put x is equals to 1. So put from here is equals to 1. So x is equals to 1 is giving you y square is 8. So y square 8 means 2 root 2 and minus 2 root 2. So intersecting at more than 1 point means what? 1 input and 2 output. 1 input and 2 output. So not a function. Similarly over here, 1 input x is equals to 1 is going to give you plus 1 and minus 1 as output. Vertical line test. Vertical line, if at all it intersects at more than 1 point, that means 1 input, 2 output. And if it is intersecting at 1 point, so put x is equals to 1, you are going to get just y1, nothing else. So this is 1, 2, 1. You put 1, you get 1. Okay, everybody. Now did you get it? What is actually vertical line test? Vertical line test is nothing but by observation, we are just checking whether one input is leading to more than one output. That's it. Are you getting my point, everybody? Yes? Okay, all right. Now let's dive into, so this is basics of function, okay? Now I'll be telling you the types of functions. So just tell me, Acha, tell me one thing. Ma'am, when horizontal line is used, yes. Horizontal line, we are not going to study horizontal line test today, but horizontal line is used when we talk about one and many one function. Okay, but vertical line is to classify whether this is a function or not. So do not get confused right now. In today's session, no horizontal line will be discussed. Okay, this is for next session. Now just one thing, can you just list any random in class 10th or in class 11th, you must have encountered so many types of functions. So can you just list in the chat box that, ma'am, like polynomial function, like exponential function, logarithmic function. So like that, have you heard any any functions? Just name the functions in the chat box, huh? Name. Hi Nikita, how are you? So just name the function in the chat box. No. One to one, many one, nahi. Types of function. I am not talking about classification. The real functions like logarithm, polynomial, whatever you are saying is the nature of the function. I am not interested in nature. Okay. Yes. So let's talk about types of function. The very first is polynomial function. Polynomial function was what? Linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, biquadratic, power 4, power 5 and nth polynomial. So polynomial function will look like this. है ना? Px is equals to an x raised to power n, right? Can you see decreasing power of n? This is your polynomial. So what is the domain of polynomial? So polynomial, let me just give you a few examples. Y is equals to x cube plus x square plus 2x plus 9. This is one polynomial. Y is equals to 3x square plus 5. Y is equals to 3x plus 4. Can you see all these examples? This is cubic, this is quadratic, this is linear. But what is the permissible input or what is the valid input? So now let's talk about domain. What if the vertical line coincides with the graph of the function Rohanit? Okay, Rohanit has a valid doubt. Okay, so Rohanit is saying, let's do it. Suppose this, I think in that case, that is going to be, suppose x is equals to 3 is the line. Okay, now if you draw a vertical line, you'll be like, okay, no intersection, no intersection, no intersection. But the moment I draw my vertical line right here, it will cut my graph at each and every point. So my vertical line is intersecting my graph at infinite points. Yes or no? Okay. So coincide means what? Your vertical line is intersecting your actual graph at more than one point. Infinite means what? So that means this is not a function. Not a function. Why it is not a function? So if you put x is equals to 3, your y will be everything. You will get multiple outputs. All the outputs in fact. Okay. Yes, Rohanit? Clear? Okay. Let's talk about this which we were talking, polynomial function. Now can anybody tell me what all values of x are allowed so that I can put it over here and get the defined y? So you'll be like, okay ma'am, x equals to 0, 1, 2, 3. I think every number you think on the number line, you just put it inside this cubic and you're going to get some real value of y. So domain of a polynomial is x belongs to real. That means all the values which are available minus infinity to plus infinity, every input is allowed for a polynomial function. Okay? Getting it? Understanding it? Perfect. So this is your domain. Now if I talk about, so range ke liye, we'll talk about range a little later. Okay. Yes. Now we are going to talk about exponential function. So exponential function is nothing but y is equals to a raised to power x. Okay. A raised to power x. Suppose for example y is equals to e raised to power x or 2 raised to power x. Okay. So the graph of this particular exponential function will look like this. Can you see? See, how will you plot the graph, by the way? So there is understand it very nicely. E power x. If you put x is equals to 0, you get x is equals to 0. So if x is your 0, y will be what? E power 0, 1. Okay. X is equals to 0. So this is 0, 1. Everybody clear? Okay, so this is the point, first thing. Now if you put x is equals to infinite, although you can't put infinite, but still, so 2 power infinite or e power infinite, so where base, this thing is greater than 1. 2 power infinite will be what? Infinite. So if x is infinity, can you see if x is infinity, y is also tending towards infinity. So can you see after this the graph will go like this. If you put x is equals to minus infinity, then what will happen? E power minus infinity, 1 upon e power infinity, 1 upon now e power infinity or 2 power infinity, whatever. It is nothing but infinity. 1 by infinity will tend towards 0. So clearly if your x is tending towards minus infinity, your y will be tending towards 0. So minus infinity here, but y is still 0. y0 is here, x is minus infinity here. So that is why the graph will look like this, starting with 0 and it will go up to infinity. Yes? Alrighty, clear? So this is the graph of exponential function. Can you see the graph of e power x is completely above the x-axis? Point to be noted, we'll come back over here. Now suppose this is a is less than 1, so you are going to get what? Y is equals to half power x, or you can take 2 power minus x. Now same thing if you draw, this is x, this is y. If you put x is equals to 0, your y will be 1. So this point 0, 1 will be common. Here also, same both the graph. If you put x is equals to infinity, so 2 power minus infinity is equals to what? 1 upon 2 power infinity, 1 upon infinity, 1 by infinity is 0. So when your x is infinity, y becomes 0. Okay. And when your x becomes minus infinity, so you put minus infinity. So minus infinity 2 power plus infinity. 2 power plus infinity will be infinite. So when your x is minus infinity, your y is what? Plus infinity. And when your x is plus infinity, your y is 0. So gradually it is like this. So from infinity to 0, from infinity to 0. And this is going from 0 to infinity. Yes? Okay, everybody? Alright, so now let's talk about, obviously you need to remember this graph, you don't remember you don't have to remember the details, but this is like additional details which a JEE aspirant should know, okay. Now one thing, what is domain of these type of functions? So domain is again x belongs to R, all real. We have seen also that we are putting anything in place of x and we are getting something out of it. Can you see? X is minus infinity to 0 to infinity, everything. So in place of input, we don't have anything which should be reduced, discarded. So domain is x belongs to R. But what about range? Can you observe these two graphs? There is no graph which is below your x-axis. There is no graph which is below your x-axis. And you know what? No graph is touching your x-axis, no graph is intersecting x-axis. What does that mean? The value of a power x is always positive. That means range is always positive. So 0 open to infinity is your range. Now let's talk about the domain. So domain of these two quantities, e power 2x. What is the domain? So domain will be what? X belongs to real, and here also domain will be x belongs to real. Now same thing, if you try to plot the graph of e power 2x, if you put x is equals to 0, same thing, same list you are going to get. E power 2x, right? X is equals to 0 if you put y is equals to 1. X is equals to infinity, y infinity, x minus infinity, y 0. That means range of this, you don't have to worry about it. Range belongs to 0 to infinity. Same range and same domain, no variation. Okay, everybody? But now here is a catch, huh? E power x plus 1. You need to talk about range. So see, e power x is greater than 0. Or you can say e power x belongs to 0 to infinity. Yes, that's what it is. Y is what? Y is e power x. Here y is e power x, which is 0 to infinity. Now what you need to do is you need to add 1. So e power x plus 1 belongs to 0 plus 1, comma infinity plus 1. Infinity plus 1 is anyway going to be infinity, 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 to infinity. So range over here, let me write, is belonging to 1 to infinity for the second function. Are you getting it? Everybody tell me right away. Okay, everybody. Now let's talk about logarithmic function just like that in detail. So logarithmic function y is equals to log x to the base a. Now again two cases. Suppose this is y is equals to log of x to the base e, and here y is equals to log of x to the base half. Okay. So the graph of log of x where base is greater than 1 looks like this, and the point it passes with is 1, 0. And when base is less than half, the graph looks like this. Again, the point is 1, 0. Let me tell you, let me just plot the x and y. Okay. So now suppose you put x is equals to 1. You know log 1 is 0. Just go and watch my logarithm lecture. So if you put x is equals to 1, log 1 is always 0. So 1, 0 is this point. Now if you put infinity, you will get infinity. So log infinity is infinity. And if you put 0, although 0 is not even allowed, can you see that there is the domain of log is not 0. The domain of log is positive numbers. You can't, log 0 is actually not defined, but still if you put 0, it is minus infinity. Can you see? If x is 0, y is actually minus infinity. That's why the graph starts from minus infinity and it goes towards plus infinity. Okay. So domain of logarithm is x belongs to r positive, or you can call it as 0 to infinity. Point to be noted, my lord. Point to be noted. This is very interesting fact. See, exponential function domain is x belongs to R and range is 0 to infinity. Whereas, now flip will happen. Whatever is range and domain in exponential function, it will get flipped in case of logarithmic function. So now, the domain becomes 0 to infinity and range becomes all real values in case of logarithmic function. Okay, everybody getting it, understanding it? Alrighty, clear? Yes. Find the domain and range of fx is equals to log x minus 2. So first of all, domain, the very first thing is you have to calculate domain. Okay, domain of log x minus 2. So domain log x minus 2. We know that whatever we put inside logarithm, it should always be positive. So x minus 2 should strictly be positive, x greater than 2. So domain will be what? X belongs to 2 to infinity. Okay. Range. If I talk about range, so range, for range, see, for range, the input is important. Now, what input are you giving? So, if you put 2, although you can't put 2, if you put just 2, you are going to get 2 minus 2 log 0. So, 0 you can, like, you start from 0, slightly greater than 0. Okay. Can you put all the values after 0? Yes. See, the input, if you put x 2 to infinity, this value will be starting from, so if you put 2, so this will become 0 to infinity. Yes or no? X minus 2 is greater than 0, no? So x minus 2 is starting from 0 and all the way up to infinity. So log, inside log, what are you putting? 0 to infinity. Here, what were you putting inside the log? 0 to infinity. So range will be exactly same. Range will be exactly same. So range will be minus infinity to plus infinity. Why? Because see, same set of inputs you are giving to this log and this log. Here also you give 0 to infinity. What you get? Ma'am, all real values. Here also you give 0 to infinity. What will you get? Same, na? What will be the difference? Okay. All right. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right. So now I think we are done with the basics of functions. Okay, basics of function, basic types of function. And now I am going to tell you a few details about Sigma batch right away. Okay, and for that, what you need to do is your channel, go back to the channel. So this is our channel, and also I am going to talk about it. Okay. Let me just take you to this thing, which is right here. Okay. So Sigma 2.0 batch for class 12th students and for droppers as well. Okay. And that is going to be completely in English. Okay. Yes. And batch start day is 29th May. Yes. So 29th May, that is today, is the batch start date. Okay. Today is the new entry point, I would say. Okay, everybody. So take it very seriously, because see what happens once the batch starts. Then you come, and then you, in the initial 2-3 days, you face a little difficulty. Although eventually in the long run it gets satisfied. But you know what? The first 3 days of any batch are going to be memorable throughout your life, right? So yes, know your batch first of all. How many sessions are going to happen per day? 2 to 3 sessions per day. Right now we are at 2 sessions per day, but eventually June, July onwards, you know, the syllabus is vast and we need to finish our syllabus. before your 10th November, because we need to start the revision. So for that, the frequency eventually we have to increase, will have to increase. That is going to be 2 to 3. Okay. All right. Now, if I talk about total number of sessions, that is going to be more than 300 sessions. You'll be getting number of physics sessions. Can you see 100 plus? Same with chemistry, same with mathematics. Okay. So what are the features of this course? What are you going to get? What are the going to what are the privileges you are going to get in Sigma 2.0? Let me tell you. Live classes by, you all know that by I am teaching mathematics along with one more amazing faculty. So 2 teachers for mathematics. Class 12th is taken by me and class 11th will be taken by Shubhadar sir. Same physics, 2 sets of teachers, Shreyas sir, your very own, but we have one more teacher, PNJ sir, which is from IIT Bombay. And in chemistry, we have amazing Pahul sir and Diksha ma'am, and one more teacher we have for another subject. I am forgetting the name, but yes, 3 teachers are there. For 2 the teachers you know. Then instant doubt solving, live quizzes, handwritten teacher's note, Tattva material PDF will be there, access to VBuddy. Shimon sir's lectures will be available over here. DPP will be there. Pedagogy app access will be there. Here also, so many books will be available to you. Regular assignment, chapter test, and all India test series will also be there, and dedicated Telegram group. It's group, it's not channel. So you can communicate with each other for Sigma JEE 2026 batch. If you are not joining, trust me, you are missing out on something, because you can see that this is how we teach. We teach on big screen. It is not a pen tap teaching. It is a big screen teaching. You can see right now I also am going to teach in big screen. Instant in-class doubt solving will be there. So in class, if I am teaching, there will be a class teacher. So suppose you have very silly doubt and you are hesitant to ask, you don't want to disturb the class, you can ask that teacher also, or you can ask me also. Okay. And pre and post class doubt solving will be there. You can see. All right, so this is all about doubt solving, and see, regular quizzes will be there. Every class will have at least 4 or 5 questions, bare minimum 4 or 5 questions, where we are going to run the quiz. Okay, so you can clearly see that this is how your leaderboard will look like. See, 9 answers out of 10 correct given by Saurabh. Can you see eventually? And the leaderboard will get calculated, and it will be consistently, gradually you will get the leaderboard. Handwritten teacher notes will be there for you. Tattva study material in PDF format. VBuddy, pedagogy, I already told you. DPP generator will be there. Regular test, chapter test will be there. Telegram channel. And yes, now we are having 3 options for you. Sigma JEE, can you see? In Sigma JEE, live classes is there. 2026 complete preparation. Previous class recording obviously will be there. Okay, then what will not be there? So printed Tattva books will not be there. Only PDF version will be there. And QR cards, that JEE flash card, now that also won't be there with this. But combo JEE mein, now combo JEE mein, what you're going to get? No printed Tattva, but you are going to get flash card. Trust me, flash card is one of the product which is high in demand. Okay. Then combo plus mein, now what are you going to get? You are going to get what? Tattva's printed material, but not the flashcards. Okay. So like that, this is going to be there. What is flashcards? Let me tell you, this is how the product will look like. Quick revision card, because see, you don't have mobile, you can't take your phone in your school, but you can take flashcards to revise. Okay, so this is like pocket friendly flashcards will be there. Quick and effective revision. Okay, so formula revision, exception revision, everything you have now. So that is going to be there. Okay, all right. Next, what are we having? Oops. Tattva set of 22 books is there. For Tattva is not one book. Set of 22 books will be there. New edition 2025, you are going to get 10,000 problems with solution and tips. And in that, you will get theory also. So just take one Tattva book, 22 books. Now, we are very aware that you guys, you people face this difficulty that, okay, I cannot take see, if there is this big fat book, then it will trouble you. Well, you will take that book with to your school. But if mini books will be there, na, it will be easier for you to take those books. Okay, right? So now what is the special price? So 3,999, and it is valid only for today, because tomorrow onwards that is definitely, price is definitely going to increase. For JEE combo 4,999, for JEE combo plus, okay, you are going to get 7,999. Because of the hard copies, this is the new price. Okay, this is the high price. Okay, so hurry up, enroll now, because English languages, you don't have many option in English language, where the good set of teachers, right set of teachers are going to teach you in complete year. If you are serious about your preparation, you want structured preparation, you can enroll in this batch. Okay, all right. 2027 can hear Sigma batch. Yes, what you can do is, you can, because 11th and 12th both syllabus are getting covered, so what you can do is, you can take 2027 batch just for class 11th. Okay, and eventually, but next year if we are going to run same batch for 2027, then you can listen class 12th. That is going to definitely boost your confidence. Okay, and also, if you are, what is the last date? There is no last date. Let me tell you, today is the like new entry point, Sigma 2.0. Batch start day is today only. So if you delay it, you might miss out on a few things. The price will get increased. One, like Sigma 2.0. So Sigma 3.0 will also be there. That is going to be around June. But you know what? Why to wait? I feel that same, like less price may you're going to get this. Now after that, definitely price will increase. Okay. Yes. Hi, Kitty's Kitchen. No voice, you're saying. No voice. Voice is there. Voice is there, Azad. So Shri Pranav, what do you want to change, huh? I don't think so. Batch change is allowed, but you can just call Vedantu team also. And also we have something for, what do we call? We have something for 2027 aspirants as well. So this is the description. Okay. Can you see the description? Where am I? Yeah, here am I. Okay. So here, can you see, just click over here, Sigma batch. Okay, just click on Sigma batch and you will get this view course plan. You will get Sigma, then Sigma combo and Sigma combo plus. Can you see all three are there? Features will be there. Just click whatever you want to take. And also, if you go over here, you will see, if you are looking for offline also, na, then we have offline also. If you want to explore offline centers, you can click on this particular link. Then next we have see, we have QR, a quick revision card individually also we sell. Okay, so you can just check it out and make sure that you are connected to Vedantu JEE English Telegram channel, so that you get the updates. Okay, everybody? Yes, getting it? Azad, what happened? Huh? Yes, there will be, yes, there will be series for 2026 and 2027 aspirants both. Okay, all right. Yes, so this is me, your ninja ma'am, and I am signing off. And for 2026 and for 2027 aspirants, there is a surprise. Okay, that is coming your way. Just wait for 1 or 2 days. Next week onwards, full-fledgedly 2026, 2027, all the sessions will be live on this YouTube channel. Okay, bye bye. See you.